Hey everyone, welcome to another week of the Crawl Sudden Death Challenges Tournament. I'm Ultraviolent4 and I'm your favorite crawl YouTuber whose name starts with a U and ends with a number. We are up to week 5 of the competition. We're looking at the overall standings here. If you left off with my last video, we were playing a Baraki Hunter and that was week 3. Since then, you haven't seen a Demigod Scout, but I got 10 points for that one. And we're up to week 5, whose combo you can see there. It's an Octopode Monk. Still in the overall lead here. There are a few players who potentially, if I had a perfect run from here on out, there are some players who could potentially beat me. Who have we got? Joy is one. 10, 10, 10 across the board. Hasn't done a bunch of the one-off difficult things, so it would be difficult to do it. Hasn't done the difficult things, so it would be difficult to do it. Very eloquent today, it seems. Anyway, so it would be quite a feat for Joy to do all those things in the last few weeks, but he could potentially beat me. He's a Korean player, I believe. And also there's someone else. MIB died last week, so he's now, if we both get perfect scores from here on out, we'd be equal. Same with Blue Pin. Crying Noob, 10, 10, 10, 9. Okay, so Crying Noob, another Korean, could also potentially beat me. So actually, because I'm in the lead, whoa, looks like it is updated. The optimal strategy for me here would actually be to wait and see what my rivals do, see if they die, see if they potentially give up points to try to get the challenges, etc. But I'd prefer to share the experience with you. So I'm lowering my chances of winning so that you can all come along for the ride. Aren't I generous? That is why I'm your favorite crawl YouTuber, whose name starts with U and ends in a 4. Let's have a look at the actual round. It is day 1 right now and it has been an absolute bloodbath. Lots of red there, no greens, no wins as yet. Snack came close, got 3 runes and then died. I'm curious to see how. How did you die, Snack? Level 4 of the Abyss. Died to an Ice Fiend. Alright, well that's unfortunate. Alright, so it's an Octopode Monk. I've seen a lot of hand-wringing about this combo. I personally enjoy playing Octopodes, so I'm not too bothered. And I think Octopodes are actually not that weak. Certainly not as weak as people make them out to be. Although, that's partially because I'm very patient. So in Octopode, of course, you can't wear body armor, which means your AC is going to be very low, which means if you get impatient, you'll get super punished in bad situations. But anyway, our bonuses for this week. Tier 1 bonus. Reach the end of Elf before entering a rune branch, and Tier 2 bonus, reach the end of Depths before entering a rune branch. Well, this sounds to me like the perfect round to go for a no Lair win. You're giving up even more experience, so in this case, you'd have to think of it like our bonuses are reach those places before entering Lair, I guess, and then never enter Lair. But yeah, this round definitely seems like it's going to be a very good one for a no Lair win. Although, this is kind of rough. The 3 gods for doing this are Yuskior, Ellie, and the Shining One. They are 3 very mediocre gods for trying to do Lair before... Sorry, for trying to do Depths before doing Lair or any rune branches. So, I'm kind of, it's really hard to do, really hard to decide. I'm really in 2 minds whether I want to actually go for one of those gods or whether I just want to give up my god point for this round and pick a god that would carry me a lot harder. Something like Ured or maybe even Fedas would be pretty good for this because there's quite a risk, especially going to Elf early. With these bonuses, if you get banished and you go to the Abyss, you lose all these points. It counts as going to a rune branch. as far as the rules of the Sudden Death Challenge tournament go. So yeah, very scary, especially if we don't have enough MR to do Elf. We're gonna have to be super careful. But if we had a god like Ured or Feras where we had permanent allies, anytime we saw a Banisher we could step behind them. So I really don't know what to do there. Again, the optimal play would just be watch what my rivals do and then just quickly play mine at the end of the round when I have more information. Because if my rivals die trying to do these things, or they give up god points themselves, then I potentially could too. But we don't have that luxury, unfortunately. I'll leave that open. Alright, so let's play. We're doing 0.22. I get super stressed about this tournament. There's just something about it. I don't know, as soon as I went to the game, my heart rate just immediately started going up. So we're playing an Octopode. We're playing a Monk, which means the first god we start worshipping we get 2 pips of piety with immediately. Monk. We get to pick a weapon. So I think there are 2 choices here with our Octopode weapons. The first would be a spear, and that's just because I think polearms are, generally speaking, the superior weapon type, especially if you end up being a sort of hybridy character, which most Octopodes are. You're not wearing armor, so you should be casting spells. It works the best reaching over summons, it works the best with spectral weapon. It's just really good. The other option would be a short sword, and the reason for that, there are 2. Octopodes are really good at stealth, and short blades, of course, are your stabbing type of weapon. And the second one is that it's really common that you find branded short swords and daggers in the early dungeon. If you find a dagger of venom and you've been training short blades, well, you're set. I was going to say until Lair, but we're not going Lair in this game. So I guess that settles it. My preference is for spear though. I do really like spears. Ooh, Octopode Monk of Shining One, Ellie, or Yuskior. I'm going to rule out Yuskior right now, actually. So Yuskior's thing is that as you start doing damage in fights, your piety builds up really rapidly, and then you get your abilities. Well, the first issue is not too much of an issue, but one issue is that you don't get any value out of being a monk, because you'll get your 2 piety and it will immediately decay back to 0. I don't care about that so much. The main reason that I think Yuskior would be no good for a no Lair attempt is that he does almost nothing to help you with dangerous one-on-one fights. And going into depths early, you're going to be having a lot of really dangerous one-on-one fights. If you're trying to fight things like fire giants or dragons or deep trolls, you really want a god who's actually going to help you. Not one who's, after 3 or 4 rounds of the fight, is going to start giving you abilities, because if that's a fire giant and you're under leveled, you're probably almost dead after 3 to 4 rounds. So it's going to be Ellie or the Shining One. Or we're going to go Ured or something like that. I don't know. Octopodes. I really like this species. You can't wear any armor except for hats, and then you can use shields. You're very stealthy in water, you get a stealth bonus. In addition to, at the bottom here, your skin changes color to match your surroundings. So it's a normal stealth bonus, and then another stealth bonus if you're in water. We're amphibious, so we can go in deep water. The main Octopode thing is that we get to wear 8 enemies at a time, and we get to use our tentacles to constrict enemies. Don't ever constrict 8 at once, you're going to die. And lastly, we get some base AC and evasion, which is nice, because then we don't have to be at AC 0, we can be at AC 1. What are we going to train? Okay, let's have a look at Octopodes. Generally, we've got pretty flat aptitudes around the board. We've got -1 for spellcasting, and then at the bottom here we've got some pluses. So a +2 on poison magic. Our Invo and Evo are +1, which is nice. Invo is important for both the Shining One and for Elivillian. And then our stealth is +4, which is really good with our innate bonus stealth. So I think at least in the early game, I think it's worth just training some stealth. I often don't on my characters, but with this much value, I'm going to leave it on. And I think we'll just train... Stealth is kind of like a defensive skill, so we'll do one other defensive skill. Probably I'll go dodging over fighting, and then we're going to focus polearms, which is our main damage output. I think 14 is a demon trident or a regular trident. That's maybe being... No. If we didn't find a regular trident in our game before we reach 14 polearm skill, something very wrong is happening. So we'll set that skill target for 14 and we'll go like this for a while. We get one do-over. If I die before we get to experience level 5, we get to start again and have a second attempt. I'd rather just win in one go though. I guess it's less stressful. And then I think that's all I wanted to talk about. Yep, we just got a spear, we got a ration, alright. Okay. Well, we can talk about this in our first fight, but okay, I'm already talking about it. One of the reasons why I think we killed that bat, octopodes are actually not as weak as people make them out to be, is that they're super strong in the early game. So constriction is great in the early dungeon. It's irresistible damage, and it happens every turn once you're constricting something. So it's really good at killing highly evasive enemies that are usually really dangerous, like adders, or even just anything. You need to watch out though that you can't constrict enemies that are bigger than you. So centaurs is a notable one. Oh, I've got to clear all my macros from last game when I was playing a demigod scout. Probably got a lot of them. I had a lot of spells. Yeah, and I've never played a demigod on the channel, so you missed your chance to see one. No, actually, I don't enjoy playing demigod much. I think having a god is for me one of the most fun parts of the game. So not being able to worship one, I really don't like. We saw 2 enemies at once. We're just going to back away from that. We don't have any pillars yet that we can dance around. Oh, that's not true. There's one here. Oh, there's another one in here. So that was a nice starting area that came with pillars pre-installed. But if I can help it, I want to try to fight one enemy at a time, not multiples. Until we're a bit stronger. This goblin has not seen us, but the reason he's dangerous is because he has a weapon. So any enemy in the early game that has a weapon is basically like a double damage enemy. So because he didn't wake up, we'll avoid him. This is our... Oh, this guy didn't have a weapon, so we can fight him. Kill stuff really quickly. Do we slap as well? No. That's another good thing about octopodes is you get an auxiliary... Oh, here's a kobold with a weapon. We'll avoid him. You get an auxiliary slap, which does decent damage in the early game as well. Let's go out the complete other side. We'll stay away from all these weapon things. We found our first ring, but we're not going to try that until we have remove curse. I should go next to him. That's something you got to watch out for. If you're using a polearm from distance, you won't constrict. So it's actually in your benefit in that case to step towards the enemy. Yeah, these bats, random rats, that's what I like. We reached level 2, so we're up to 21 HP. I think at this point we can go fight this stuff. I take it back. He's got a short sort of draining, although he hasn't woken up, so I'm... Okay, if I didn't have a restart, I think I would run. But because I do, I think it's worth just trying to kill this kobold really quickly before we get drained like crazy, because he hasn't woken up. Oh, okay, we didn't kill him. Okay, we got him. Okay. Alright. Well, we did well there. We got drained to yellow, but not too badly. I wonder if I should pick up that short sort of draining. If we were playing in Trunk, I would know for sure that that's an uncursed weapon, because the game now announces every item you see on enemies. Not true, it doesn't announce scrolls, I think. Anyway, we would know. No, we'll just keep doing polearms. I mean, if that's a +5 short sword of training, I'd be tempted to switch, but we don't know that. We picked up stones so we can get a damage attempt as it approaches. Did not work. Okay, yeah. He shouted. Okay, I was hoping that I'd be able to get the stone throw off and he wouldn't shout, and we could just separate them one-on-one. Yeah, but yeah, we're really strong in melee. I really unironically think that melee octopodes are really strong. Okay, let me clarify that. They're not really strong, but they're strong. They're legit. Because I don't know if you're seeing this, but we're killing this stuff in melee fights with relative ease. Oh, okay, I shouldn't have kept tabbing. This is no good. So we've met a Jackal pack and a Kobold Hobgoblin at the same time. I got cocky there. I was playing a bit fast. When I saw the Hobgoblin, instead of starting to back up, I started tabbing towards him, and in doing that I've revealed Jackals. But we're an Octopode, it's fine. We had a do-over in case this goes horribly, but I think we can do it, especially because the Hobgoblin doesn't have a weapon. So my play is, I'm going to try to constrict the Jackal first. Okay, good. And now that he's constricted, I'll start attacking the Hobgoblin. So your constriction damage happens every turn, regardless of whether or not you're attacking that enemy, or even if you're attacking at all. So if we had spells and I was constricting and I started casting, we'd still squeeze the Jackal every turn. So we can get some value. It's kind of like cleave with an axe, although not in any way like cleave, but kind of. So we're constricting the Jackal, we're going to hit the Hobgoblin, and see the Jackal's taking damage. We get a level up. We've got Strength, Int, or Dex. Strength is not useless, but useless. Because you're never wearing armor on an Octopode, so you don't care about high strength too much. Dex helps your dodging and it helps your stealth, but I'm pretty much always going to pick Int on my Octopodes, because I'm pretty much always going to want to cast some manner of spells. And we have no problem just fighting a Jackal pack. Yep, the Octopode, they're not weak. I'm going to throw at him. I don't want to run into that much unknown. We found an amulet, which again, until we get remove curse, we're not even going to try. More stones. Alright, I think we're more or less done with D1. Didn't get shafted, which is nice. Onto D2. I see some Needles of Paralysis, which is interesting. And I picked those up. Maybe we'll find a blowgun at some point. Worms, perfect enemy when you have a polearm, because we can kite it and never get hit. I didn't do a good job of that there. I was giving it opportunities to hit me, but even if it had, we would have just walked away. I picked up a second scroll or something, so I've come to the stair and I'm going to read that, and I'm going to hope... We have a bunch of potions, so I'm going to hope it's either Identify or it's Remove Curse. It's Amnesia, okay. Bad luck. We don't even have any spells, so it literally does nothing. Let's test our hatch up. Could be on our optimal ore run path. And we're going to be on the lookout for altars. Look at that bonus stealth. We're still trying to work off that drain. Oh nice, a teleport trap. Fortunately it didn't take us anywhere. So maybe we got trained worse than I thought. We've killed a bunch of stuff since then. Oh, glowing spear. Okay. I really want to wield this. If this is a spear of venom, we just win the video game. Okay, not true because we're doing a lairless run, but we would win the early game. But there's also a chance that this is just a -3 cursed spear. And if it is, how boned are we? Well, having a -3 cursed spear wouldn't affect our constriction. We'd still be able to constrict just fine. So I think we're going to risk it for the biscuit. +4 spear of piercing. Okay, we make the big green plays. High risk, high reward. +4 spear of piercing. That significantly boosts our power here. It's like +4 slaying, and then we've got additional damage on top of that. That's an amazing find, just in case you couldn't tell. Alright, and because of that, I'm going to start auto-exploring, because what are we afraid of now? Sigmund, that's what we're afraid of. This is why you pick polearms and not short blades, because you know you're going to find a branded spear before you ever find a branded dagger. Oh wait, that's not true. We found a short sword of draining on D1. Okay, we'll forget that bit. Scrolls are all okay. There's a 2. So let's go read that. Read one of those. It's identify. Half tempted to just do the amulet, but I think we make the safe play and we try to find our curing. The stack of 3 is likely it. It is. So at this point, I'm really tempted just to go amulet rather than another potion, because these are all singles, so they could be anything, and we've already got 3 curing, which is the major one we care about. I mean, it's always really nice to find, say, haste or heal wounds, but we've got 5 different stacks here. It's a +6 reflection amulet. You know what, I'm gonna wait. I'm just gonna do a potion. The reason I completely changed my mind there is because with the +4 spear of piercing, I always want to say peer of piercing. Spoonerism it. The reason that I changed my mind is because I think this spear will carry us through the early game. I'm not so worried that I think we need some sort of amulet to help us. I feel like I should set a skill target for stealth, because there's a really real chance that we go the shining one. And if we are the shining one, it's going to completely tank all our stealth. And then all that stealth training will be wasted. It won't even give us bonus damage, because the shining one prevents your extra stab damage. Okay. Well, there's our first trident, but these are orcs, and 2 of them, so it suggests an orc pack. Orc pack likely means a wizard or a priest. As long as it's not a priest, it's okay. We've got curing for a wizard. I'm still trying to draw them out one at a time though. Yeah, he's gonna polearm us back, so I'm going to step next to him so that we get our constriction, and I'm going to steal his trident. I'm not going to use it, I'm not even going to wield it because it could be cursed even though it looks plain. But maybe we find a brand weapon scroll, in which case I'd rather have a branded trident than a branded spear. We reached level 4, so we are fast approaching the point of no start overs. Let's throw that stone at the... Oh no, the orcs are coming from behind us. Okay, it looks like they're just plain orcs. Well, that's good. He's got enchanted dagger, fine. The skeleton can't follow us upstairs. It also can't regen. I don't want him to go down the shaft. I want that to be there as a tool in case we want to shaft some enemy. Alright, so we killed it, that's fine. Or maybe then before we reach level 5, I should go explore over where these orcs were. Because if there's a priest or a wizard, we can get that out of the way with while we still got a do-over. Doesn't look like it. Alright, we haven't even met a unique yet. I can't even bank my unique points. You get 1 point for killing a unique. Okay, we've got a little room in here as an Ellie altar and an Okawaru altar. We'd have to approach from below, but this tells us that we can start worshipping Ellie. Now, if you're playing a normal game, you can always worship Ellie and then change to any other non-evil god without incurring wrath. But the way that Crawl Sun Death works is you can't ever change your god, or else you lose your god point. Okay, second teleport trap. And we have landed in a horrible open area where we immediately find a hobgoblin with a whip of draining. I wonder if I should even try to kill him or just run, because, well, we killed him. But we're still under experience level 5, so I want to get back to the known before we lose our ability to start over, and we've met gnolls. I think if we kill this gnoll, we'll probably go to level 5. So will I just fight them? No, I don't want to, because that other gnoll has a polearm as well. So even if I kill this first one, if we're low HP and I try to go back upstairs, it might end us. Alright, so... Oh, there's an Orc Priest. This is perfect. Okay, we're still experience level 4. So max damage smites from an Orc Priest is 17 damage. He could technically two-shot us, but if he two-shots us, we'll get to start over because we're not level 5 yet. So we're just going to fight it. And look how good... Oh, there's a second one. But we went to level 5. Damn it! Anyway, do you see how good Constrict is? As soon as we grabbed the Orc Priest, we constricted him. And then we squeezed him and he just died. Okay, well we've got 4 curing potions. So, I don't know, we're doing it. Okay, Constriction is really good, by the way, just in case you didn't know. Got more orcs. As long as there are no more orc priests, then I'll fight all the orcs in the world, even wizards, I don't care. Okay, there are more priests. We've got nothing else. He can't two-shot us anymore because we made it to 36 HP. So what I'm going to do is wait a turn here. Okay, as long as he didn't smite me, then I could reassess. If he did smite me, then we'd go back upstairs. So do we want to fight him? Not really. He can't two-shot us, but we've seen how quickly we kill. I'm just going to go for it. Oh, I've changed my mind. We're going back up. That smite hurt too much. I should X these out. We're staying away from the gnolls and now the priest. Our third Orc Priest of D3. This is what you want when you're playing Hill or trying to play a BO, and it never happens. But then when you're playing a low HP species like an Octopode is, we have minus 20% HP. You meet millions of them. Anytime you play a Feelid, that's what's going to happen. Let me check that. Oh, okay, minus 10% HP. Sorry for the fake news, not minus 20. Still, it's low. So you don't want to be fighting enemies that can just hit you without missing and for lots of damage. I feel like probably what we should do is go fight the gnolls now. Get rid of those while... it's a halberd gnoll. Of course there's a halberd gnoll. But the plan was get rid of those while we know we have an Orc Priest running around. We don't want to be trying to escape from him at low HP, and then we meet the halberd gnoll. You know what? I'm half tempted to just go downstairs. Well, it's harder because one of our downstairs is denied to us. This is the only other one we know, and this is running past the halberd gnoll. Halberd is 13 damage. I think a gnoll is 10. A gnoll is 9. So it's 22 damage on a halberd gnoll. So he could comfortably two-shot us. That's not something we ever want to mess with. And because of his halberd, we'd have to walk through an attack even just to get into an adjacent square. So we could even have an attempt at constricting him. No good. Do not want. I think let's try to find the other downstairs and then just get off this floor. Oh, here's the other downstairs. Okay, we got a second scroll or something. I'm not gonna read that unless we can get to the upstairs up there, but we know the priest is around, so that's not so fun. Yeah, see, these gnolls make this really hard. If I try to go back to this upstairs and the priest is there, we'd run away, we'd have to wrap around to these upstairs, and then we'd probably meet the gnolls. So I think we just grab this stuff, these extra potions, and then, I don't know. I kind of want to go down, but I kind of want to fight the non-halberd gnolls, or at least clear my way back to one of these upstairs. Oh yeah, there's a halberd gnoll. He's up there. If we run around this side... The reason I'm doing this is because if I get to an upstairs, I can read this set of 2 scrolls. And if we get remove curse, then we can start trying our jury on, which could be a very big boon to us if we got some good rings. Oh, we made it. Okay, let's give that a read. It's enchant weapon. Well, okay, we'll have a +5 spear. How about that? I'm not going to enchant again. I don't think we need a +6 spear. +5 seems good enough. And we have found a shield, which is the holy grail of your Octopode runs. You can never wear armor. Your AC is always going to be trash. So if you can have some shield to go along with your evasion that you're going to have, it's perfect. Let's just look at our stealth. Let's fight some of these guys. How many? There were 3 orcs there. I don't want to come up and be surrounded and then meet the gnolls. So as badly as I really want to grab that shield, I think we go to a different downstairs and we work our way around. Okay, there's an ogre here. Never mind. There are only 2 stairs because the other one is inside this little altar room. So it looks like we're fighting orcs. It's fine because we have a +5 spear of piercing, so we just pierce through them like crazy. Alright, let's get that shield. We're putting that on. It's cursed. I don't even care because now we have a shield. Okay, let's bring our stealth to 5. I don't know. With how good we are with a +5 spear, these are probably famous last words, but I don't feel too afraid of monsters noticing us. So what we're going to do instead, we're going to bring our dodging to 6, and we're going to focus our shields because the shield seal is so good. So we're focusing polearm shields, we're doing a little bit more stealth, and then we're going to be doing a little bit more dodging. And then polearm shields for a while. Maybe we'll turn fighting on at some point. We should try to stay away from the ogre. We absolutely don't want to fight him. We can't constrict an ogre either. So that makes him much scarier for our little octopode, who can be one shot. It's just a regular giant club. Oh, double orc priests. Oh no, do you have... Oh yeah. Do you have a moment to talk about our Lord and Savior Bio? And this is our only stair too, so... Oh, please don't kill me. Please don't kill me. Oh god. Alright, do we just control Q this character? How do we fight 2 orc priests at once as an octopode? Well, we just got a new level up, so we got some more HP. We're up to 42, which is nice. That's the halberd gnoll, who didn't notice us. Thank you, stealth. Well, we may as well find this orc priest at this point. Fighting one more is not as bad as fighting the 2 we have to do downstairs. This way. There he is. Okay, we kill so fast, especially once we get the constriction on. But double Orc Priest, if they both max damage smite me, that's 34 damage per turn from the Priest. That's a comfortable 2-shot. Is that Halberd? No. Okay, how much damage did he have again? He had 10 and 13, 23. So he's still in 2-shot mode, and we don't really have any extra tools other than trying to out-damage him with our spear. Okay, let's find the other gnolls first. Let's just make sure there are no other gnolls just with spears running around while we're trying to do this halberd gnoll. I don't remember, did we kill them all? Maybe. No, it's too risky. Unless we can find this other spear gnoll, I don't think I feel comfortable with this. He shouldn't be able to kill us unless he random energies. But I mean, that's always possible. Alright, I think we're going for it. Because I can envisage a situation where we're either running from an ogre, or we're running from double priests, or even just one priest, or even just no priest. We're just running away because we're injured, and then we meet the halberd gnoll. And then we meet an early end. So I want to kill him. I'm going to go Shift X Control F to forget the floor. Alright, here he is. Oh, okay, he hit us. He hit us before we got a chance to hit him. So we're going to run around and we're going to heal up. So we're basically going to Pillar Dance him. I'm never going to step into constriction range because that's going to give him way too many opportunities to kill us. He'll get an attack as we step in, and then say we lose half our HP. As we step out, he'll get another attack, and then we'll start running, and if he ever random energies, he'll get a third attack. So I only want to be fighting him from range, like this, where if he hits us for half our HP, then we start running away. And apparently our stealth is too good because he forgot us. That's amazing. We can't even Pillar Dance the gnoll. Okay, we're good. We're good. Okay. +5 spear to the rescue. Let's search around because I'm pretty sure there's still a spear gnoll. Apparently there's not. So what do we do now? We've got double priest. One of them has some sort of falchion of something. I didn't notice what it was because I was too panicked. Can we go back a very far distance in time? Alright, here are priests. Short sword. But it looked like he's wielding a falchion. Am I crazy? I think that was the double orc priest earlier on. Maybe not. There's the ogre, so it's after that. 2 orc priests come into view. It doesn't say what they have. But one of them has a whip and one has a falchion. Okay. Well, I hope that's not a falchion of a lek or something like that. Okay. Also, the ogre hasn't seen us, so I could make some crazy play where I walk down and then just try to go away from him and he doesn't wake up. I think that play is worth it actually, because even if he does wake up, we just go back upstairs and our situation hasn't changed at all. What's this stair? No, that's the orc priest one. This stair. Okay, he noticed us and I stepped away from the stairs. That's okay. So, can I stair dance him up? It's really risky. We've got 7 shield now though. See, the problem is, with a monster that can comfortably 2-shot you, which the ogre can, he does 17 damage plus his giant club, which is 20, I believe. Indeed, 20. So he can do 37. So he can very, very easily 2-shot us, even just with average rolls. He doesn't have to max roll at all. Anytime a monster can do that, you really are playing with fire if you let them hit you even once, because then when you start running away, you get the random energy potential. So if I try to stare dance him up, I'm risking us just dying. There's also... Yeah, no, this is way too risky because based on this stair configuration, say the ogre ended up here, any step I take going up or down gives him another attack on us. So we're giving him attacks as we go upstairs. We then potentially give him another attack as we try to move away from him. That's 2, we could already be dead. But now as we're running, he could then random energy us. So I kind of don't believe this, but I feel like the double priest is actually the safer floor. Double priest to begin d4 as an octopode. That can't be right. I could quaff a haste and then try to kite the ogre, but in doing that we'd be running into the unknown and there could be even worse things out there. Is that true? I mean, double orc priest can just kill us. As we come down, we might get double smite and then we go, alright, crap, better go back upstairs. Double smite, dead. Are we really going to blow our haste here? Alternatively, I could just start walking... I could start walking out here without our haste. Maybe this is a pillar here and we don't meet any other enemies. And we can just pillar dance the ogre around like we did with the halberd gnoll and just kill him over time. And then maybe if there are more enemies out here, we haste and then we... I don't know, I don't like any of this. Alright, I want to keep my haste. Okay, I changed my mind. There's a null pack out here. Alright, so now we're in all sorts of trouble. Because even if I haste, we've still got to get around the ogre without getting too short. I don't think it matters. I think we haste. Oh, there's another ogre. Okay. Please wrap around here and back to the stair. Oh, there's a shaft here. Okay, that's a good play. I can shaft the ogre, but we're killing him without it? Okay, so we just killed him with the haste. Alright, that's good. So we've got a new stair that we can come to, and we've got a shaft here. So I could potentially... This is a giant spiked club ogre. So he's even more damage. So let's see if this wraps around to this upstairs. Oh, the hatch up doesn't help us much because we can't come back to it. As in, we can't come down from it. That's the same gnoll who's just wandering around. Okay, our haste is gone, that's okay. We've got a beachhead here. I think we just exclude this ogre and we just stay as far away from him as we can. We try to stay away from these double orc priests too. And by that I mean we don't walk in their direction at all. What are you doing, Ultra? Okay, it's alright. We can take a random null. Interesting tech that we can take this hatch up and it could potentially take us to this room. I mean, there's a chance Sigmund is in there and then we just die. But it could also give us access to a new stair, which actually I wouldn't like because we don't know what's at the bottom of that. It might be 3 orc priests. So I'm not going to take that hatch now. But that's one potential way I could get Ellie. Or I could try to get Ellie. Oh, nice. Okay. Deep water. Anytime you see deep water as an octopode, you should be super happy. Because, especially with a polearm, we can just play silly buggers with things and we can stab them from over the deep water. Now ogres are giant, so I think they can traverse deep water, but it slows them. So we can kite him through the water. We move at normal speed, whereas he'll be slowed. So let me just check these pillars around the deep water are free of enemies, so I don't meet something while we're trying to kite the ogre. Alright, we're good. Okay, so this is great news. So let's go get that ogre, and we're gonna bring him to the deep water, and we're gonna make use of our Octopode status. May as well get one attack off on him. Can he go over the deep water? He can't. Okay, ogres aren't giant. Okay, nice. So we actually can just cheese him like that. Alright, so I hope this level has 10 ogres on it so we can get a huge amount of experience. And I hope that there are no more orc priests because unfortunately the deep water doesn't help us against them. They'll happily just stand there and smite us. These are all regular scrolls. You know what? We're on D4. We might get magic mapping. I'm just going to start reading them. Although, no, I can't. Because if it's... Wait, we've cleared this floor now. Okay, it's all good. Alright, I was thinking... I don't want to teleport on this floor because there's a halberd gnoll walking around. But that's fine. We killed the halberd gnoll. We've got fear. There's a teleport. We go up. It's this stair. Fog. Scroll of blinking, which we waste, it's alright. And magic mapping, alright. Do we get the temple? We've got an altar. There's our temple. Okay, so our temple's on this floor. So I should have done this earlier, but we want to try to make our way to that temple. I mean, we know Ellie's already up, but I think, if I'm honest, I think I'd rather have the shining one than Ellie. Doing an early depths with Elavillian, I don't know. I don't see that being pleasant. Whereas at least with the shining one you can spam angels and they can kill pretty much anything in the game for you, so I see that as being viable. Alright, so I guess we're gonna head that way. Are these near the priests? It's above them, but the other upstairs there too, and we can use the temple. Alright, let's head that way. I'm gonna check out this altar first though. Okay, not McLeod. There's one of the orc priests. It's just an enchanted falchion, so it's not whatchamacallit, a lek or anything like that. I'm gonna yell because we've got a nice little room in here that I can force the enemies to come to us rather than smiting us over the open. I mean, okay, this is also a death trap, so if both priests come, I've locked us in a room. But I don't know. I'm sure this makes sense. It really doesn't. Oh well, I've done it now. We've got a lot of curing. Although actually our stealth is really good. So I'm hitting dot here, period, but it's not finding us. Yeah, so let's come back out. No, but in actuality, I do like that room. Because it's going to force the orc priest to come right up to us without smiting us in the open. Although just getting into temple would be better. Alright, there we go. Oh! Okay, that surprised me. Normally you don't explore all the deep water, but because we're an Octopode we did. And there's no shining one here. There is a red though, but no shining one. To give up our god point or no? Are any of our rivals playing? Do they have any points this week? Joy is playing. I know Joy took Ellie. But Crying Noob and MIB both haven't. As much as it would be a lot easier to just pick your red and get carried through the no Lair, I think I want to try to make the shining one work. So I think I'm going to hold out. Although not finding the shining one in our temple is a major setback. Major. There's another altar up here. Maybe we'll go test that out. Are you the shining one? We found the orc priest, or one of them. And this is not the falchion guy, so this is a worry. Because the Falchion guy was wandering around down here, and now we've met the other one. I really don't want to get sandwiched between them. Please, Shining One? It's Vehement. Okay, that doesn't help. And no more altars. Okay, so the problem with holding out for the Shining One, and I think this is basically just what we have to do, is that we're not guaranteed to find a Shining One altar until D9. Yeah, it's not till D9 that all regular gods are guaranteed to spawn their altars. Let's do a potion. Heal wounds. Okay. Well, with a heal wounds potion now, I feel perfectly capable to fight Orc Priest. That's got to be Robin. Yeah. Alright, let's get back on the stair before she throws a million goblins at us. Let's take her up. Oh, right. This is the... Oh! We found the Shining One. Nice. Okay, this was the little room. Okay, sweet. Okay, well there you go. So that solves that issue. Note that it's literally a Shining One. I guess we'll do this to start the next episode, but this is great. So we've got the Shining One now. Effectively D4, so we're not going to have to wait to D9, which makes me feel a lot happier. If you join me in the next one, we'll start trying to build Piety. Although with Monk, we'll start off with 2. And yeah, we'll try to avoid Lair. See you then.